Barakatah Yahweh.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Isaiah 32. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Welcome to the
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Revelation 14. And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters.
See, this is what we're hoping for. This is part of our hope. Not only that we're members of the elect, with fruits meet for repentance, like John the Baptist said, but from our low estate, because we've been brought low, even though we have this knowledge, we have this truth. Remember what is said in Revelation. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because we're rich in faith. We have this knowledge. So our hope is at our last end, we're going to be increased. Okay? And if you ask me, the greatest riches right now is to be delivered by Yahweh Shai, is to get that new body that the Apostle Paul spoke about in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, to get that. get that new body where we'll never be sick, we'll be immortals, like it said in 1 Corinthians 15, to be delivered from the coming destruction, and to be a part of Yahweh's cabinet in the next kingdom. Okay, those are the real riches right now. That's what we want to get. Because if you get that, you got everything. I mean, you got everything. Okay, so our sights are set a lot higher than this present world. All right, as it is written, the fashion of this world shall pass away. We are individuals of vision, and the scripture said, where an individual lacks vision, he perishes. Okay, so we can see the future. All right, and we hope that we're going to be part of it, beginning with the elect.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Makakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing His word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Makakwadash, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believer, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right, and what we're going to get into this morning, all right, this morning news and prophecy. All right, no one is coming, Jake. And this is a update on what's been going on out there in Gary, Indiana. Okay, there's a lot of power outages. We know Gary, Indiana is a predominantly, Jake community, and they suffer some storms, a lot of tornadoes, a lot of straight wind, high power straight wind, and it destroyed, it devastated a lot of the power grid. Okay, now we're going to get into a few things, go at it from a few angles, but the main emphasis of this lesson is that no one is coming, Jake. You 2/3, you Israelites who have refused, all right, to repent. You have refused your power. You constantly rebel. Okay, you only get worse. Okay, in this captivity, and the Lord has raised up the prophets in these last days, to be a watchman, unto His people, to feed His people with knowledge and understanding. So here it is. You have a whole ministry of men, all right, that look like you, that come from where you come from, and telling you, all right, the truth about everything. Okay, and our people continue to rebel. So what we're seeing in Gary, Indiana is just a small prelude, okay, of what's to come. It's going to get far worse. Okay, and Jake's still not picking it up that no one's coming. And no one owes you niggas anything, man. Because Jake got this entitlement just because they're black people that they owe every goddamn thing, man. Okay? The only thing that our people are owed is punishment, man. Thus said the Lord, because it's written in the scriptures. You see? So here it is. You have these crises and these events that happen. And Jake loved to go on these same old rants of playing the victim. Entitled, why nobody helping us? Why the white people getting help? This is the same old tired, okay, rant, over decades. And this how you know this is the generation that wandered in the wilderness, man. So let's get some precepts before even we get that in Isaiah 30. I think that's the next chapter, Isaiah 9 and 6. Okay, this is Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire," man. So when we're seeing, these disasters, whether Esau, is manipulating, whether or enhancing, already natural disaster, whatever. All right, we know it's from the Lord because Esau is a tool, okay, that the Lord uses on the left hand for judgment. Okay, so we're going to see a continual uptick in these things. We're seeing upticks in storms, uptick in earthquakes, okay, upticks in floods, upticks in power outages, man. And this is a sign of the times we're in, man. All right, that the Lord is visiting this place, man. And all these things are going to increase. Like right now, this is light work, man. What's happening in Gary, Indiana, this is very light compared to what the Lord is getting ready to do overall, man. Okay. And 2/3 of our people, you're going to be in terrible condition, man. Okay. You niggas don't take anything serious. Everything is an opportunity to go viral. Okay. Everything is an opportunity for you niggas to grift. Okay. To scheme and to scam. You see, to go viral, to be, nah, man. You see, it's gonna come a time where you're not gonna be able to report an update on TikTok. You're just gonna be in the midst of it, man. It's gonna be an ongoing, situation, and it's gonna be on a whole nother level, all right, that you Jakes can't even imagine, man. Okay, so when you go here, all right, let's get this. Matter of fact, the next chapter. Let's go to Isaiah. All right, 31 says, "Woe to rebellious children," said the Lord, "that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." And because you have the prophets that's coming in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, that's teaching instructions and righteousness, man. That's teaching obedience. Okay, there's teaching faith. You see, that's giving understandings of everything that we see happen in real time as these things unfold, man. So the Lord is pouring out his spirit in these last days, man, and our people refuse to take heed, and they still take counsel amongst each other, take counsel considering to this world, and they just keep getting worse and worse as a people, man. The nigga culture is just a culture of pure sin, pure rebellion. You see, it says they'll walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. So no matter how wrong, Esau do our people, Jake still trust in this man. Jake still look to this man to come save them out of every situation. Okay? It's to the point now, Jake don't even mention the Lord anymore. Only thing Jake worried about is what Esau doing and ain't doing. It's the only thing niggas worry about, man. You listen to niggas complaint in these rants that they go on. It's all about what Esau doing and ain't doing, man. There's no even mention of the Lord anymore, man. Okay, Jake is fully trusting in the shadow of Egypt, man. Okay, Jake is ready for the chip. You see, Jake is ready for this goddamn this chip, man. Okay, because they only look at Esau as a savior, man. They complain about that nigga, but he's the only savior they know. This generation of Israelites, Esau is the only savior they know, man. Okay, it's to the point they don't look outside of nothing else but Esau and his system, man, for some type of deliverance. Isaiah 30:3, it said, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion." Yeah, man, you people are going to be put to shame. And that word shame, when you go into the word shame, is a disappointment, man. And Esau disappoints you niggas time and time again, and you still only cry to this nigga and only concerned about how this nigga moving in any type of crisis, man. Okay, Esau show you niggas time and time again. Okay, you niggas disappointed in Esau time and time again, and you go into the Hebrew word, which is bashah. Okay, yep, this goes into shame. All right, confusion greatly, and Esau in these crises, you always had, you niggas act like you so confused when this nigga don't help. Okay, these niggas act like you so goddamn confused when Esau, all right, don't help you niggas, man. Okay, if it's some big surprise, man, and you niggas are just gonna go into these times as they get worse, more and more confused, man. Okay, because nigga culture has no structure, no guidance, no belief system, no nothing, man. Just a bunch of random niggas walking around the earth, winging it, scamming, all right, random hunching, okay, unaliving each other. You see adultery, you see alphabet, you know, anything to go viral, okay? That's the culture now. No, absolutely no structure, no direction, no belief system, no principles, no nothing, man. Just a culture of confusion, okay? Waiting on a so-called white man to do something, waiting on Esau, all right, to finally do right by you niggas, man. You know, Jake has a real, you know, mental illness when it comes to their oppressor Esau, man. You know, this is Proverbs 25 and 19 said, confidence in the unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Okay, so if you have a tooth and it's broken, you know, and you depend on that tooth, if you needed to eat on that tooth to live, man, then you couldn't do it because of the excruciating pain. You know, or you had a foot out of joint and you needed to, you know, get away, you know, to make an escape. Okay, but you put the slightest pressure on that on their foot and they collapse and give out on you, man. And this is how Esau do you niggas, man. Okay, Esau never comes through for you niggas, man. Even the things you look at, because see, our people look at because they can get record deals and play in the NBA and the NFL. All right, that's some type of that's some type of kindness of Esau. No, Esau gives you niggas this money because he wants you to destroy yourself, man. Okay, and teach your people to destroy themselves, man. He gives you niggas these record deals so you can become a tool that he can use, all right, to instruct the masses of your people to destroy themselves, man. That's why he gives you a record deal. It's not a kindness of his heart, man. You know, and he don't mind giving these athletes all this money because he owns them niggas, man. That's why them niggas got to come to the game in them dresses. Niggas on the Madden cover with the fingernail polish. Okay, he gives them niggas all this money because he owns them niggas, man. But you niggas look at it as this, as Esau is doing the act of kindness, man. Okay, and because you have, you know, you get to enjoy certain first world privileges of his society, you make it seem as if this nigga has some type of soft spot for you niggas, man. Okay, or this man is all right. Nah, man. Okay, this man never stopped being your enemy, man. And when he gives you things to destroy yourself. Okay, government assistance. What was the outcome of that, man? Broken families. Okay, destructive neighborhoods. Okay, to now you have a destructive culture. You see, he gave you women incentive to not have a man as the head. And what did that lead? So even when he gives you something, man, as the scriptures say, what's that? Sirach 14. Your brother want to get that, you know, the book of Sirach chapter, I think 14:7. Bible Shah. You know, but nah, man, you niggas to this day is still crying, you know, to the so-called white man, you know, and running around here acting surprised. Okay, when this nigga don't help. Okay. Yeah. You see, but I think that's Sirach 14:7, Bible Shah. Okay, because this nigga has never given you anything to benefit you, man. Okay, everything that he gives you is used as a tool to destroy you, man. Okay, so let's go here. So Jeremiah 17. You know, and you Israelites going to be in some hell of a situations, man. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah 17:5 said, thus said the Lord, cursed be the man that trusted in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. And see, Esau has several. That's why I say the more money he gives you niggas for these record deals, the more money he gives you niggas to be athletes and actors. Now it's the influencers. Okay, even with these influencers that are selling out, what do these niggas have to push? A gay agenda, okay, a goddamn degenerate agenda. You look at this nigga Adrian Broner and Dean. All these niggas are doing is just walking around the earth being degenerates, man. Okay? Doing these little faggot ass dances. You see? Every time this nigga show up to give you niggas something, man, it's for the destruction of the masses, man. The more money he gives you, the more destructive, because they talk about how Esau put the machine behind you. You sell out, you get the machine. Well, the machine is meant to do what, man? To get people, to get Jake to self-destruct. Okay? The hottest rapper, you know, niggas going crazy. They were comparing this nigga to Michael Jackson, NBA Youngboy. They said he the next Michael Jackson. I said, what? You don't even know, you don't, like, we joke like you don't know what these niggas saying, but literally you don't know what this nigga is saying. You know? And they said this the best entertainer since Michael Jackson. I was like, what? Okay? But what does he instructing niggas do, man? To destroy them goddamn self, man. Okay? So you Israelites, you know, you put more of a curse on yourself by trusting this man. You know, and the more you trust this nigga, the more you separate from your power, man. And that's why you just out there, man. And the Lord wants you niggas far from him, man. You know, 2/3 of you niggas, he just got you out there, man. And you for the taking, man. You know, you just look at these videos that happen in Gary, you can see niggas are just for the taking, man. Okay? So let's let's go here. And then we'll play a little bit of, start getting the video. Yeah, I see brothers. Yep, probably got it. Yeah, this Times of One Hopeful Elect. All right. Yeah, this is Times of One Hopeful Elect. Sirach 14:7 says if he do it good, he do it unwillingly. And then at the last he will declare his wickedness, man. Okay. So every time, you know, like I say, the devil, you know, he pushed this, you know, feminism as if he cared for women. No. Okay. It seemed like he just had this soft spot for women and he wanted to see women in a better predicament. No, man, it's the exact opposite, man. Okay. He wanted to see family structure destroyed. Okay. He wanted to see, you know, broken homes. You see, he wanted to see unruly children that he can program easily. Okay. He wanted the woman as the head because he knew that was going to be straight disaster, man. Okay. It wasn't because he cared about no goddamn woman. And it goes all the way back to the garden, man. The serpent didn't give a damn about it. The serpent may seem like he cared about Eve. Like he wanted the best for Eve. You know, you go back to the garden, man. Serpent didn't give a damn about Eve. He wanted to destroy, all right, the kingdom of Adam, man. The kingdom of the sons of God. Okay. And the woman just used as a tool, a simple ass, man. Okay. And he ran it back, you know, in the 60s and 70s, you know, with feminism, man. Because what came out of feminism, man? Okay. The government assistance, street culture, the drugs. Okay. And you have what we got today. Young niggas and young hoes, man. And and you can trace that back to the 60s, the feminist movement, man. Okay. The culture that our people have today can be traced back to the feminist movement, man. Okay. When the serpent and Eve made, all right, when they renewed that pact of the garden, man. Okay. Now, when you go let's go here. Let's go what's happening with Gary, Indiana. So let's play a little bit of this, man. And just show you the mindset of Jake.
Police officers are going door to door doing welfare checks while a third of the town remains without power. That's roughly 5,500 customers, according to town leaders, who are now calling on NIPSCO.
And I have my message
On both sides of the podium about NIPSCO.
It's frustrating. We're not getting an honest discussion back from them.
Fills the small council chamber in Griffith, Indiana.
From behind Wood and 39th all the way to Arbogast.
During a council meeting, while thousands in Northwest Indiana remained without power 1 week after storms left a trail of damage. We saw contractors out, finally removing debris from Broad Street in town.
This tree's been here as long as the home, and we've never been out of power for longer than 24 hours, and this has been the worst I've ever seen.
It only happened after Town Council President Rick Rifa says he reached out directly to a NIPSCO lineman. Well, he's also forced to use this generator for electricity at his house.
NIPSCO doesn't allow anybody, including the town, to clear tree limbs that are on live wires or even dead wires. That's their policy.
Yeah.
NIPSCO did not respond to our questions on whether removing debris and trees from power lines is the company's responsibility or each municipality.
I think today is the breaking point when we aren't seeing a whole lot of NIPSCO trucks in town. We understand we're not the only ones to be affected by this terrible storm. However, we still have 3/4 of our population without power.
In the meantime, NIPSCO is calling this massive power outage the worst the company has experienced in its history and asking customers to remain patient. This while the company says in nearby Munster and Highland, the people there might not get their power back on until next week, Tuesday.
Yo, that's wild, bro. This reminds me of New Orleans, man. You know, whenever there's like a natural disaster, they help the people with money or the blacks. I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit is eerily similar, bro. I didn't see any black people in this clip. I didn't see anything like that. And I'm not trying to make it racial, but it just reminds me of New Orleans, man. You know, they show us looting and all that kind of stuff, and then they paint other people in the light of suffering. They're the victims and all of that kind of stuff. But it's a whole lot of black folks who are affected by this, dog. And I'm gonna show y'all them clips.
Yeah, so I think this Jake, he sound like he's from New Orleans. Probably stays in Houston now. You know, went through Katrina, and Katrina was over 20 years ago. And think about it, Katrina happened like I think 2005 that summer. You know, think of that 2005 summer. Okay, but I believe like I was last year in high school when it happened. So I think it was like 2005 this summer, and the prophets came on YouTube in 2007. So you know, almost had 20 years. Okay, of the prophets. Okay, since Katrina, you know, close to 18, 19 years of the prophets since Katrina, and you niggas still in that same mindset of the so-called white man not helping you niggas, man. You don't know that these are Edomites. You don't know that you're Israelites. You don't know that there's a perpetual hatred. Okay, matter of fact, get that the brother can post that in Genesis 27 and 41. All right, and let's get Amos chapter 1, verse 10. Okay. You don't know, all right, that these are Edomites by now. Okay. And you're Israelites, and it's a perpetual hatred towards you niggas, man. Okay. And you still look at this nigga to come up and rescue you niggas at every calamity that you niggas have. You still are looking to Esau, all right, to come do right by you niggas, man. And so since Katrina to now, man, you don't have the prophets. You know, a little bit after Katrina, man, you don't have the prophets on YouTube, man. Okay, and you niggas still with that same old violent story about Esau not helping you niggas. He not coming. Okay, and when he do come, it's gonna come a time when he do come, he gonna come with them hammers, man. Okay, he gonna be coming to finish you niggas all alone. You see, you niggas don't know what's going on. The fact that you're still crying about this nigga not coming, you're decades behind. Okay, this nigga is booted up. Okay, so let's go here. This is the book of this brother called Hopeful 144, Amos 1 and 10. It says, but I will send a fire, not Amos. Is it Amos 1 and 10? It might be 1 and 11. Salaki, bro. 1 and 11, bro. It's been a while. Salaki. I get this one while brother get that one. It's Amos 1 and 11. Salaki. This is the brother Anaji MSRLA 144, Genesis 27-41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Okay. Because this all goes back to a birthright, which this nigga sold his birthright, man. And then it was never his in the first place. You know, it was never his because the Lord, all right, Israel is the Lord firstborn in the spirit. Okay, that's a whole nother lesson. All right, but this goes back to a birthright, man. And you try to explain this to a nigga, man. Oh man, the white man wrote that book. Well, wait a minute, you crying to the white man to help your dumb ass. You know, we'll bring this out. Oh, the white man wrote that book. Okay, but all you niggas know is the white man. You niggas obsessed, all right, with Esau and how this nigga moving. Okay, it says, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay, and this man has had that perpetual hatred. Okay, really going back to the garden. All right, but you can go back to Jacob and Esau. Okay, and yeah, here you go. Yeah, you go back to Jacob and Esau, man, and their story. Okay, all right, explains this tension between these two people today. There's not black people. You still consider yourself black. You're lost, man. Okay, you're decades behind if you're still under the banner of black people. Okay, black and white people. No, it's Jacob and Esau, man. Okay, and Esau is losing his kingdom, and he's finna wild out on you niggas, man. Okay, if a brother want to get that too, Isaiah chapter 10, verses 5 through 7. Okay, this is Amos 1 and 11. It said, thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity. All right, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever, man. So Esau has a wrath towards you niggas forever, man. Even when the so-called civil rights, well, there was a big psyops, man, when you niggas begged, okay, to be in the vicinity, to be in the presence of an Edomite. Okay, and even until now, you niggas do not consider yourself, all right, official until you're recognized by an Edomite. That's why niggas cry about not getting the Grammy, not getting the Oscar. They won't let us do this. Why black people can't host the Emmys? You niggas still crying to be in this nigga presence to this day, as if that's some type of salvation for you niggas, man, to be recognized by Esau, man. Okay, and that's all the civil rights did. You niggas put you niggas in the trance to be obsessed for being recognized by goddamn Esau, man. Okay, and then the brother, I'm gonna play some more of this. I know brothers loading it up now. Yep, and let's also get that what Yahweh Shah said. I think Luke 19, 41, 42. You know, in that area, brother want to get that. But let's play some more of this, man, and also get that Ezekiel 21, I believe, verses 7 through 9. Okay, so let's play this.
Indiana hasn't had electricity for a week and no one's talking about it.
Happened.
They're driving in pitch black for miles with no food, no water, or electricity. Because 8 tornadoes hit the city and they'll be without power for another week. And it's so bad, people are breaking into each other's houses and robbing each other's for generators, as well as batteries and flashlights.
Why aren't they getting the help they need?
There's many alleged scandals going on because when workers showed up to fix the utility, apparently gunfire struck the utility workers' vehicle, so they didn't return. This halted all restoration to Gary's power. They tried to make sure it was safe enough to come back.
So the same residents that needed power miraculously shot at the workers that were going to restore power?
It gets even deeper than that because NIPSCO was supposed to clear trees a long time ago, so this never would have happened and it would have crashed into the power grid. They allegedly pocketed the money.
So then this could have been prevented.
Potentially, because they now have many lawsuits against them for not taking care of the residents and using the extra money as their own personal excess profit. And they've been doing this for years. And the governor said he's trying to reach FEMA, but Trump raised the thresholds needed to actually have FEMA come.
Isn't FEMA and federal disaster declarations designed specifically for events such as these?
Yes, but Doge cut FEMA administrative capacity and staffing, and the emergency response Gary needs was gutted by the administration. Indiana also happens to have a population of 85% black people.
So is this a coincidence or a structural failure that could have been prevented?
Yeah. And see, niggas talking about, or isn't FEMA designed? Listen, man, none of this shit is designed for you niggas, man. Okay? You niggas act like Esau is supposed to abide by his own rules. No, this nigga makes the rules as he go, and he breaks them when he wants. for his convenience, man. And nothing is designed for you niggas, man. Okay, FEMA, because you had going back to New Orleans, going back to Katrina. Okay, and they was giving Jake was getting $1,500 FEMA checks. Okay, cashing them out. All right, and that $1,500 was just enough money for them niggas to get away from them, man. Okay, because they gentrified the hell out of New Orleans, man. Okay, on the coast. Okay, Jake was getting those $1,500 checks, and Esau was getting $150 $250,000 checks, man. Okay, so they can build up and kick it and chill down there, man. And for you niggas to scram, okay, nothing is set up for you niggas, man. You niggas don't understand yet. Okay, you think FEMA supposed to do right by you niggas, man. Okay, FEMA hasn't showed up in a week. Okay, and you just wait, man. It's just gonna get way worse, man. And these niggas be making these videos as if they, deep and nah, man. You niggas are still simple, man. You niggas still decades behind. All right, these talking points that you got showed that you're decades behind, man, on what's really happening, man. Okay, niggas, silly niggas, man. You see? So let's play a little more.
Exit town and there's no gas, no power, nowhere to go. We're stuck. The car is officially off, no gas. It's hot. We got all the doors open. And Agnew's annoyed, so I'm gonna stop updating you guys. He wants me to sit here in hot silence and just burn up and do nothing. Literally nuts.
If you want to understand how things work, especially these days, this game is for you. You're not just playing.
Okay, so we were able to get an Uber and we are just going to abandon our car and get home and figure it out later.
At this point in time, bro, you got to be storm ready. At this point, you got to have gas generators just in case, because natural disasters are happening more and more, and it's just getting out of control.
My name's Aja, and I'm in a blackout.
You know, we won't hear this nigga no more. But yeah, and then Jake just said you gotta get storm ready. Remember, no mention of the Lord. The little chick went on her little rant, and little Eve. Okay, she went on her little rant. All right, no mention of the Lord. And what he say, oh Jake, you gotta get storm ready, man. You can't prepare for the judgment of the Lord. Okay, what's getting ready to happen is the judgment of the Lord, man. Okay, and the only way to get storm ready. Matter of fact, let's get some more of these precepts. I'm gonna fast forward a little more. Okay, yeah, look at this nigga here. We in the time of heavy prophecy, and this nigga talking about a generator, man. Okay, showing you how far behind niggas are, man. Okay, about what's getting ready to happen real time. Okay, now, let's see. What we get just to get some of these. Yep. So this is the brother, and it says Isaiah 10:5. It says Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is mine in the nation. And this represents America, man. Today, the Assyrians, the modern Assyrians, are likened to Americans, man. The Syrian was known to be a cruel military, and they was known for their torment, and their torture tactics. That's why Jonah, when he was assigned to go to Nineveh, he was like, huh? Because they was infamous for their cruelty. Okay, those Assyrians, man. All right, and the Lord has America in the stead of the Assyrians, because the ancient Assyrians was the Lord used them as his anger toward the northern tribes, man. Okay, but now, all right, the spirit of Assyrian, all right, that cruel, all right, torturous spirit of the Syrians is on these Edomites, man, against all these tribes, man. And they're going to be a representation of the Lord's anger, man. What Esau finna do to 2/3, That's going to be a representation of the Lord's anger in the earth, man. Okay, Isaiah 10:6, I will send him against an hypocritical nation. Yeah, a hypocritical nation. Okay, you niggas are a bunch of hypocrites, man. Okay, a very hypocritical people, man. You hate each other. You hate each other just as much as any other nation hates you, but then you always want to cry victim, man. Okay, when there's no crisis, you niggas are a terror to each other. Okay, well then when it's a crisis and you through, now all of a sudden you want all this help, and you just some innocent victim, man. Nah, man, you a problem. Okay, you niggas are a problem. Now Esau is the problem. Okay, and you are the byproduct of Edomites. 2/3 are a byproduct of Esau, man. Which is still a problem. Now Esau is the problem. Okay, and he fabricated, the circumstances to create you niggas, man. Like I said, with the drugs, the guns, the music, the media, okay, the foods. You see, single mother household, the goddamn matriarch. So he fabricated the circumstances to make you niggas what you are, man. Okay, and you niggas love this shit, man. You play into it. Okay, you goddamn hypocrites, man. Okay, like I say, your music, your soundtrack is all about self-destruction. But then when something happens to you, you're these victims, man. Get the hell out of here. Okay, it says, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil. Yes, so it's gonna be the Lord that's finna sick these Edomites on you niggas, man. You niggas ain't seen nothing yet. The Lord's gonna give this nigga a charge. Gonna be a madman sparing none. All right, to wreak havoc on you niggas, man. Okay. Verse 7, it says, howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth he think in his heart, but it is it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. Yeah, so the Lord, all right, got this spirit on Esau. Esau can't even explain, all right, his hatred towards you, man. These lower level now, the elites know the story. All right, they understand. All right, the dynamic of Jacob and Esau, man. Okay, but these Edomites, man. All right, these average Edomites, man, they have this hatred against you, Jakes, and it can't be explained. They can't explain it, man. But we know the Lord got a spirit on Esau, man. Okay, so let's go to here. This is the brother servants of Yahushua, Luke 19:41. And it says, and when he was come near, and that he is Yahushua, he beheld the city and wept over it, saying, if thou hadst known, even thou, at least in this day, the things that belong unto thy peace, but now are they hidden from thine eyes, man. Okay. And this was speaking of 70, he was speaking of 70 AD that was to come. Okay, when the Romans, when them niggas with, the Sicarii and the Zealots, they waged a war against, the Roman government, and they caused those legions to descend upon, all right, Jerusalem, sack the temple, okay, to slaughter, Jake, crucify, several, just crucify a lot of Jake, okay, just cut Jake down with the sword, man, woman, and child, okay. It was a massacre, man. Okay. But as Yahushua is coming to the city, he's seeing Jake just kicking it and not understanding, okay, that time was near. It was a few decades away during the time when Yahushua said it, but it was close, man. You see, and now we're in those same times again when Jake has no idea what's to happen to them, man. Gary and Alan, this is light work. Okay, the lights will probably be on in a couple weeks, and niggas gonna go back to being extra niggas, man. Okay, niggas gonna go back to being niggas, man. Okay, scheming, unaliving, niggas, man. This is Luke 19:43. It's the brother GMS out of Hawaii. It said, for the days shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. Man, they did that in 70 AD. All right, and they're going to do it this time. Okay, because it's going to come a time when the lights go out. Ain't no supplies coming towards you niggas, man. Ain't nothing coming to you niggas, man. Okay, but the mercenary troops, man. Them UN troops. Drones. Okay. Then the Lord say you're going to have teeth of wild beasts coming for you niggas, man. You see? So there's coming a time, man, when you niggas going to be confined to these neighborhoods that y'all love to get tattooed on y'all, bang the set, and, you know, you take so much pride in these neighborhoods, the Lord going to confine you niggas to these neighborhoods, man. Okay? And terrorize you niggas, man. All right? And Esau is going to be a weapon of choice. Okay? Will keep you niggas in on every side. You see, verse 44, it says, and shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee. Okay, and shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knowest not the time of thy visitation, man. And niggas are unaware of the times we in, man. Okay, that's why their whole thing is to make these dumbass TikToks in the midst of these, you know, crises and certain events that be happening, man. They have no idea what time we in. That's why the camps, all these camps to go out, you know, every weekend, you know, they should be full of Israelites, man. But Jake don't understand the time that we in. Okay, and Jake used these moments to try to say go viral, you know, to grift. Okay. You know, to forward their brand, you know, to virtue signal as if they just some, you know, amazing niggas, man. Okay, like this next nigga here. Let's listen here. Let's listen to this here.
Teen African Americans. I'm telling you, don't go over there, bro. Stay where you at and just hold tight, bro.
Gary, Indiana has been without power for over a week. Gary, Indiana is majority black. I would even say all black. I would even stand on that. With that being said, there are resources that are supposed to be allocated towards these people when they have disasters like this. Tornadoes came through there, severe flooding, severe rain. These people cannot get inside of their.
And these niggas still talking about resources that are supposed to be allocated. Okay. Still only trusting Esau. Okay. Niggas still talking about resources supposed to be allocated, showing you that they trust begins and ends with Esau, man. You see?
House in some spaces, or their house is flooded, completely destroyed, and people are saying stupid shit like insurance. Do you understand you got to take pictures, file a claim, wait for them to come out, look at it, and approve it? It don't work like that, okay? And that's from somebody coming from Florida when Hurricane Irma was happening. In the meantime, what do y'all expect these people to do? Live in their car? So their cars flooded out, driving through the water. You get where I'm going here. This is the time where resources are supposed to be allocated towards them. Remember Hurricane Katrina? And the parts that were the most affected was filled with Black people. I think it's high time we stop waiting and expecting people to do shit the right way, because they're not going to do it when it comes to Black people. And I would appreciate anybody who knows anybody, tag anybody you know, any resources or people who are talking about ways to help get resources out to them, what day we going, what time we going, and what we need to bring, because I'm ready to do it. I got a truck. Y'all know they stole my car. I got a truck. I will let these back seats down. We'll load this bitch up and go take this stuff to these people. Please tag whoever you need to below, and we're going to go. If you are a person who wants to go, we can go. You can go with.
And if a brother could put the definition for virtue signaling, it's called virtue signaling. You know, this is what a lot of people do on YouTube. Okay, so here it is. You have 50,000, 100,000 people without lights. Okay, but this nigga gonna let her back seat down in the truck and go save the day. Go get some resources that she don't got. You know, she's on here grifting. Okay, she's basically grifting. You see, and the brother can put that definition for grifting as well, Bible Kashaf. Okay, yeah, but this nigga gonna let her back seats down in the truck. Okay, and go make it happen. Okay, the strong nigga hero woman. Okay, because that's a character that they pushing, you know, the movies, a strong nigga hero woman, man. Okay, so she gonna put, she asking for resources. She don't know where they coming from, so you know, she gonna drive around, you know, and be the nigga woman Santa Claus. Let's see this, brother. Hold on. Yeah, so our brother got that definition. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the most you're gonna get from Jake, is what you call virtue signaling. Yeah, so let's pull that up. All right. It said virtue signaling. It said virtue signaling is the public expression of a moral or political viewpoint with the primary intent of showing off one's good character, gaining social approval, or appearing moral. Okay. It said virtue signaling. The brother got it. Virtue signal is a critical term used to describe the public expression of a moral or political view. People do this to show good character, okay? Or they try to be what? Moral superior, or rather than taking meaningful action, man, because she can't do shit with her and her goddamn truck, man. So this is just virtue signaling, okay, to push her brand. And we're going to show you. All right, all she was doing was pushing the brand, and this is all that niggas do, man. Okay, yeah, and if a brother can, brother got that grifting. Okay, we're gonna say that grifting for the next nigga. So let's play this.
Me, at least 1 or 2 people, and we can get this backseat filled and take it to the people that we need to take it to. Okay, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me too. I'm Danielle to you. The link to my podcast is in my bio.
And there you go. This is Daniel to you. The link to her podcast. Okay, all she doing is marketing her podcast, man. Okay, and it's just an opportunity for niggas to virtue signal, push their brand, market themselves, go viral. Okay, and do nothing, man. You see, this nigga gain a following and get a you know, some revenue on the internet. Okay, and go live her best life, man, and never see Gary, Indiana in her life, man. Okay, it's just virtue signaling, man. You see,
You should listen to it.
I hate to say it, but you're black. They're not coming to you in a rush. You are a low priority. They're gonna make sure that the white citizens and the people with money are taken care of first. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they've always historically done. It sucks, but that's the nature of the game, man. You just gotta try to be ready for shit like this. But the problem is, you ain't never ready. You ain't never ready. But look, everything is bad in Gary, Indiana right now. But even still, things like this, what I'm about to show you, still give me hope for humanity, because they still got good people out there who are willing to help and do anything that they can, you know, within means, you know, within reason, obviously. But still, bro, it's just nice to know that they got people like this.
Gas cards, food, pet food is a great one. Yeah, I got to write that down. Pet food is a great one. Food, diapers, electrolytes is great. Canned food is great. Potentially teaming up with a hotel. Again, it's so many ways to do it. I just wanted to make sure that we do it in a way where we get the most out of us being there for everybody that's around. Because I'm not going just to say I'm going, or going to be a part of it. If we gonna go out there, God willing, I'm gonna do the most I fucking can to touch as many people as I possibly can. And after that, the food tour will start. Like I said, there's a bunch of places on the Midwest that we want to go to. I think Ohio is a great one. Like I said, Milwaukee is a great one. Nebraska's a really good one. I want to on the Midwest. So by the time Chicago comes around for the festival, a lot of the restaurants that are there are from the Midwest specifically. So we highlight not only Chicago, but the Midwest on top of it. I like Des Moines, Iowa too. I think that's a dope one. We are not in Gary, Indiana, but we will be in Gary, Indiana very soon. But yeah, I just came out here to say I appreciate y'all. We will be in Gary, Indiana very soon. If you know any way for us to do it in a way that makes the most sense, please let me know. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing night. Y'all be safe.
Everyone's like, oh, how dark is it? How dark is it in Gary, Indiana, right? This is how it is.
Almost 100,000 people in Gary, Indiana are stuck and
Yeah, so all that nigga gonna do is grift, you know, because this nigga talking about he's gonna go on a food tour, okay? And all this nigga is gonna do is grift. He gonna start a GoFundMe. He gonna take you niggas money, okay? And you see, this nigga might drop off a few Lunchables, all right, by Gary, Indiana. Then that nigga gonna go ball. Okay, so this is an opportunity for virtue signaling and grifting, man. That nigga ain't got no plan. Talking about he going on a food tour. With what? Nigga, with what, man? This nigga got a fleet of box or refrigerated box trucks. Okay? What he's gonna go on a food tour with, man? Okay, and you dumb, simple people, all right, because you want to be looked at. It's your chance to virtue signal like you good. So you like it to see, you know, that you gave $100 on the screen. You know, you like to see people show that, you know, Miss Keisha time, you know, Miss Keisha 2 times, you know, gave $58. You know, you want to see that on the screen. Okay? That's a virtual signal for you. Okay? So you go into grifting and say grifting is the act of getting money or property from people by using lies, trickery, or dishonest schemes. A person who does this is a grifter or con artist relying on persuasion and trust, okay? Persuasion and trust rather than physical force, okay? And this is opportunity for niggas to virtue signal and to grift, man. And then a month later, because anything, you niggas can't organize and do nothing, man. All right? It's you niggas guaranteed to fall out, okay? If somebody don't die, all right, you niggas gonna fall out. Okay, and this same nigga, it'd be pictures of him on TikTok in Miami in a rented, you know, Ferrari, you know, with bottles. Okay, and then you nigga gonna talk for the next 3 months about how this nigga tricked y'all. Everybody gonna have their story about how this nigga tricked y'all, man. You know, and it's the same thing, man. It's a generation that walked in the wilderness, man, over and over again, man. Okay, this that generation that walked in the circle over and over again, man. The Lord just had to kill them niggas, man. You know, and raised up another generation under Joshua and Caleb and brought them into the promised land, which that's the generation of the elect, man. Okay. So let's play this.
suffering. They've been without power for a week due to severe storms in the area. Just a month ago, the people of Gary were expressing concern about data centers' effect on their electricity. The total number of data centers in Indiana is 147. That's 23 currently operating and 120 currently being built. The state has specifically become a target.
When I heard about these data centers, I said, oh boy, no unk in the play. Okay, and you know it'll be right up his alley to take all the energy from you niggas and transfer it to them data centers, man. Okay, FEMA might come in, you know, a week or two, give you niggas $800. All right, just enough to get across state line, man. You know, and transfer all the energy to the data center, man.
For development because of its tax exemption on the electricity used by data centers, which saves each 1,200-acre, $11 billion data center in New Carlisle, Indiana. And in February, Meta broke ground on a $10 billion data center in Lebanon, Indiana. Research has shown that the existence of these large data centers puts strain on our power grids. Gary, Indiana is serviced by local utility Northern Indiana Public Service Company, or NIPSCO. So NIPSCO is the company handling this blackout. NIPSCO also loves data centers. The utility company has proposed independent deals with data centers owned by Amazon and Alphabet, and its parent company created a utility completely dead. NIPSCO raised Gary residents' electric bills by $83. NIPSCO also accidentally doubled 3,500 customers' electric bills and then didn't report the error for a year after discovering it. And it seems as though these customers still haven't gotten full refunds.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If you got the means to leave, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If you have the means to leave Indiana, Gary, you should do it, bro. That is insane. The amount of data centers that they building over there, and then they're giving these people tax exemptions. So that means that they're going to basically pass the bill down to the consumer. Oh man, yeah.
And if a brother could, let's get Jeremiah 11 and 13 and 14. Jeremiah chapter 11 verses 13 and 14.
I would not want to be in Indiana right now, dog. That is stupid.
Lining the enormous amount of traces that we'd otherwise have to look at manually. And so aggregating these traces.
That's stupid.
Good morning, America.
Now listen to this nigga.
So here is your day 8 updates, because we are now on day 8 and we have no power in Gary, Indiana, and most of Northwest Indiana. So as of yesterday, they did drop a oxygen refill station on Broadway near Indiana University. So if you've been up in the house without your oxygen tank or anything of that nature, your kids, grandparents, yourself, go ahead. If you can make it to that, that is available and it's free. If I'm correct, NIPSCO did update yesterday and say that there is only 75,000 people now without power, as to the original 300,000 without power in Northwest Indiana as a whole. Now, the main thing I want to talk about is the fact that this is not on the news. I know this may seem small to many, but if this is something that if everybody would talk about it and we can get it to the world, the United States sends food and help to countries every day. We are on day 8. We have not gotten a FEMA package, not a presidential package, not a federal package. We ain't got a damn thing besides what the other cities is donating to us and what we buying.
Who do they look to? What's the only person they look to? They ain't got a FEMA package. They ain't got a presidential package. The only people, all right, our people look to is Esau. That's it. That's the only people that they look to, man, in this crisis. No mention of the Most High. Remember, this is almost a 20-minute video. No mention of the Most High. No mention of prayer. No mention of nothing. It's all about what Esau ain't doing. That's it. That's what Jake has been reduced to, man. Completely dependent on Esau, man. Okay? Jake is ready for the slaughter, and Jake is ready to take the chip, man.
All these people up in my comments saying, I never heard of this. I never knew this. How can y'all be on day 8 and nobody knows about this? Why is the news not covering this? Please take your favorite celebrity, take your favorite artist, take your favorite rapper. Please. Gary, Indiana, Northwest Indiana needs help. Now, shout out to Mayor Melton, though, because he's doing his thing. Y'all need to do a little bit more better updates. Y'all need to be updated as much as I'm updated. So all my people, we need to be grouping together. We do not need to be laughing at each other over stupid stuff. We do not need to be talking about each other. We do not need to be arguing over whether it's day 6, 7, 8, or 9. It doesn't matter. We are out of power. Do you know how many people are in a worse situation than you? Do y'all know how many people is deceased in their houses right now? They kids, because they was on life support. They was up on breathing machines. We just got a refill on oxygen machines on day 8. Do you think them people lasted that long? You know how many people is up in their houses right now? And if anybody was wondering, an update on my grandmother's house, she does, in fact, still have a tree on her house.
And there you go. There go the grip. The virtue signal, then the grip. There you go. Every time, man. Okay? And this is all the black community has left. You niggas got to rally around the nigga woman and her TikTok video. Okay, a call for unity from the nigga woman. Every time, the virtue signal, then the grip. You know, we ain't gotta listen to no more of it, man. All right. So yeah, man, all they concerned about is what Esau is not doing. And then she said she was so desperate. She said, reach out to your rappers, man. Wait a minute. So all the money that these rappers got, why y'all gotta tell these niggas to come help y'all, man? You know, as much money as y'all donate to these rappers. Okay. Why y'all gotta tell them niggas come help y'all, man? Okay. You see that? Everybody's so rich. Everybody's rich on the internet. But then when the crisis comes, okay, you gotta put pennies together. Everybody rich. Everybody got all this money. Everybody got it figured out. Everybody a boss. Everybody traveling on the cruise, on the yacht. You know, everybody flexing. But then you know, and then what all this money from the prom? All these prom, all this money niggas flash at proms now. Okay, well, you found out there was prop money. I was late. You know, like damn. You see, but damn, here it is, a culture that gives off, you know, wealth. You see, because there's a new thing with prom. Everybody just walking around with just stacks of money, taking prom pictures. Okay, but then in the crisis, man, you niggas can't come together and do nothing, man. All right, so let's go here, man. Jeremiah 11:13. It's your brother Yashima, tribe of Judah. It says, for according to the number of thy cities were thy gods. And see, our people into everything. They worship money, they worship themselves, you know, they worship sex, they worship, you know, attention. All right, our people worship everything, man, because these gods came with certain lifestyles, and you know. So you look at the culture, nigga culture, man, they worship the nightlife, you know, they're very materialistic, you see, and it all goes back to pagan gods, man. You see, so our people worship all these different things. They have a culture, you know, pretty much of just it's pagan culture. Nigga culture is pagan culture, man. You know, you know, Canaanite, you know, they're dark, they're lewd, you know, culture, man. It says, oh Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have you set up altars, that shameful thing, okay, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. Okay, they worship these rappers, these celebrities. You know, she said, tell your favorite artist, your celebrity, your rapper, man. Okay, what's that's gonna do, man? Okay, the hell's a rapper gonna do for you in this crisis, man? Showing you, but the Lord said, hey, cry out to these guys what you have made. You know, you need to cry out to these rappers and these celebrities that you're obsessed with in times of crisis, man. The white man and celebrities, man. Okay, and that's all you niggas got in these last days, man. All right, Jeremiah 11:14 said, therefore, pray thou not for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble, man. Okay, so the Lord don't even want us to pray for these niggas. Don't want us to feel sorry for these niggas, man. Hey, let Jake have it, man. Let 2/3 figure it out, man. You know, we're not here to pray for these niggas. We're not here to go and try to teach to these niggas in the hood, man. Let these niggas have it, man. They got it figured out. In this whole video, nobody mentioned the Lord. Okay? This whole video, nobody mentioned the Lord. Nobody even mentioned the prayer. Okay? They did virtue, signal, and grift. Okay? And the goofy video on TikTok, man. You know, so nah, man, niggas are through, man. And Lord just finna judge niggas, get niggas out of here, man. Okay, that's what's next for niggas, is getting niggas out of here, man. Okay, what's it called, boiler room? Say about boiler room. Okay, but yeah, that's the point. You know, we'll leave it there. You know, so Lord will, you know, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters edified. You know, once again, we'll give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elder GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his young brothers, and peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.